Students, today our topic is momentum. Momentum is actually divided into two further types. One is the linear momentum that is related when the objects are moving along a straight line or their motion is translational motion. Second is angular momentum related with the objects which are moving along the circular path. Now, what is momentum? Momentum is actually the quantity of motion. We know that the objects are moving in our daily life, so they have some momentum. A moving car, aeroplane, car, a bus, motorcycle, each and everything that is in motion, it must have some momentum. Even our earth is moving, so we are moving along with the earth. So we also possess some momentum with respect to the sun. Now, what is the physical significance of the momentum? That is, what comes in our mind when we think of the momentum. For example, when we listen about the force, then something comes in our mind that something must be pulling or pushing. So, what does come in our mind when we talk about the momentum? So, its physical significance. So, it is when an object is moving, so it has momentum. So, momentum actually tells you that how difficult it is to stop an object. Larger the quantity of motion, larger the momentum, and more difficult it will be stopped to that object. Now we take some examples. How does this quantity of motion or momentum depends on two quantities? Here we take example of two masses. These are equal masses. Let's suppose 1 kg, 1 kg. Both are moving with certain velocity. One object is moving with 5 meter per second. The other object is moving at 10 meter per second. So obviously the object moving at 10 meter per second will have greater quantity of motion, so it has greater momentum. So what is this? This quantity is same. What is the difference? Difference is that of velocity. So we say that the quantity of motion depends upon velocity. Now we take second example. Here we take two objects with different masses. One is M1 larger object having larger mass. Second object is M2 having smaller mass. But here both the objects are moving at the same velocity. So here velocity is same. Now just consider if a car is moving and second the truck is coming, both are coming at the same speed. The car will be easy to stop. Truck will be difficult to be stopped. So what is the difference here? Difference is that of mass. So quantity of motion will be greater in the object having greater mass. So here the quantity that defines the quantity of motion is mass. So together this mass and velocity both determine the quantity of motion of an object, and quantity of motion is actually the momentum what we are discussing. Now we put these two quantities mass and velocity in mathematical form. So mathematically momentum is defined as the product of mass and velocity. We place the arrowhead over these two quantities, momentum and the velocity. So momentum is denoted by P. So this is a vector form of momentum. If we are considering just values, then we can write P is equal to mv. So it will give us some magnitude. So if an object, let's suppose, is moving with 1 kg object is moving with velocity 5 meter per second, then putting in this equation the momentum will be equal to just 1 multiplied by 5. So it is equal to 5 kilogram meter per second. Kilogram meter per second is the unit of momentum that comes from this equation. The unit of mass is kg and unit of velocity is meter per second. And secondly, the momentum is vector quantity. So vector quantity must have some direction. As you know that there is law of conservation of momentum. For example, there is a famous example of gun and bullet. So when you fire a bullet, the bullet moves in forward direction with certain velocity, so it gains momentum in forward direction. To cancel, to equalize, to maintain, to conserve the momentum, the gun recoils in the backward direction. So total momentum is again zero as before firing, because the both bullet and the gun are at rest. So this is all about the linear momentum. Now we come to the second topic, that is the relationship between force, momentum and force. So there is a relationship between force and momentum. Let's suppose an object of mass m is initially moving at velocity vi. Let's suppose a car is moving with certain velocity 25 km per hour. So its initial momentum will be equal to pi is equal to mvi. Now what happens? Let's suppose you during driving the car, which is moving at 25 km per hour, suddenly you press the accelerator. So when you press the accelerator, you allow the more force to be exerted on the car. So this force is exerted on the object of mass m. It will change its velocity. Maybe now the velocity is 40 km per hour. So final velocity is 40 km per hour. Now the momentum has changed, because momentum depends upon mass and velocity. Mass of the object remains constant. So what changes here is the velocity. So when velocity changes from 25 to 40 km per hour, vi to vf, then the momentum will also change. So final momentum can be written as pf is equal to mvf. Now we determine the change in momentum. That change in momentum delta p is equal to pf minus pi, putting the values mvf minus mvi. Now suppose we exerted that force for 1 second, 2 seconds or 3 seconds, so that we generally take as t. So for the given time during which the force is exerted on this object, to change its velocity from 25 to 40 km per hour, we take the rate of change of momentum delta p over delta t. So we take the mass as common. So in bracket we have vf minus vi delta t. Here we have divided the same on both sides. As we know that the change of velocity, rate of change of velocity is equal to acceleration. So putting this value, replacing this quantity as with a, we have rate of change of momentum is equal to ma. Now according to Newton's second law of motion, when a force acts on an object, it produces acceleration. So that is actually the acceleration. You press the accelerator, that increased its velocity from 25 to 40 km per hour. So there is acceleration. So that force has produced acceleration. So this ma is equal to f. So this equation now can be written as delta p over delta t is equal to simply f. So this is the relationship between force and momentum. From this equation, if we write delta p is equal to f multiplied by delta t, the unit of force is Newton and the unit of time is second. So another unit of momentum is Newton second. Thank you very much.